What's up guys, Coach Rob at Upsall Carnivore. Now it's great that you've clicked on this video because that shows me and shows yourself that you want to quit this horribly addictive, legalised liquid drug. So listen up and here's my top 5 tips on how I get my clients 100% sober and you can do it too. Now this should be enough to scare you away from this horrible liquid drug and stop you doing it ever again. If alcohol was discovered today, the safe limit would be around half a glass of wine per year. So yeah, basically nothing. What is the point? 7 types of cancer, liver, all your organ damage, not just liver, shrinking of the neocortex of your brain, low baseline dopamine, mood, depression, all these things. We know it's a bad thing, so what do we do about it? Yes, I get it. It's a very addictive drug. Yes, it's a drug. It's a liquid drug. So people say drugs and alcohol. It rolls off the tongue so easily. Drugs and alcohol. It should just be drugs. So get that in your head that alcohol is just one of those. It's linked in with the drugs because it is a drug and it's powerfully addictive, of course. How many times have you tried to quit? Okay, so yes, it is very, very addictive. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video trying to get off it. Most people wouldn't do it and you wouldn't, let's be honest, you're gonna feel like an outsider because you think, well, everyone does it and that's my life. Yes, but how powerful does it feel not being like everyone else? And that is why I know most people are never going to stop, but you're different. And if you're still listening, you're ready to change your life. So let's have a quick Google of the definition of an alcoholic. That says, it's somebody who has an alcohol use disorder, a medical condition marked by an inability to stop or control drinking, despite harmful effects on their health, work, or family. Does that just sound like somebody that drinks? Do you know? So it's like, is it fair to say that if you drink, like most people do, let's be honest, whether you're saving it all for the weekend to binge, whether, be honest again, do you have like a couple on a night, couple of glasses of wine or a few tinnies, and then you're only not getting absolutely blathered because you got work the next day? So is that not a functioning alcoholic sort of thing? And then you get to the end of the day, end of the week, Friday night, Saturday, it's all hell breaks loose. Binging, it doesn't matter because you're not up for work the next day. And look what happens if you still think, no, that don't describe me. Look what happens when you go on holiday. The 3 a.m. obligatory airport pint and getting on it, and then on holiday, on it from the all-inclusive round the pool from day one. You're doing that. You can start early because you're not working that day. So, yes, this sounds harsh as anything, but be honest. Look at that definition, Google it. Most people are alcoholics. And if that still doesn't sit well with you, think about it like this. Here's this analogy. Right. I inject heroin on a Saturday night, just a Saturday night. Every Saturday since I was like 15, 16, I inject heroin. If people started to hear about it and find out that, oh, Rob does that, would everyone call me a smackhead? Yes, they would. I only snort cocaine at a weekend. Every weekend I get on the coke, I get on it. Through the week, I'm not a cokehead. No, everyone would call me a cokehead. So why does alcohol get a free pass? Because it's legal, because everyone does it, but it doesn't mean it's right. You're thinking, stop rabbiting on, Rob, get onto the tips. Okay, tip number 1, this is what you're going to do today. If you're still listening to this, you want to quit drinking. So that's great. Number 1, look in the mirror. Go on your own, in the bathroom, whatever it may be. Go in the mirror, look in it and say, I am never drinking again. I'm done with it. I'm fed up of it controlling me. I'm going to level up for myself, my friends and my family. Mark that day down, okay? Say that in the mirror, so powerful. And mark that day down because you're going to remember that. In a year's time, that's going to be like, oh, I haven't drank for a year. And that is your date of stopping. Throw all alcohol out your house, trust me. If you get that tiny little devil in your brain, you know that is in the fridge or in the cupboard. You're going to have it. It's the same when it comes to diet stuff. Out of sight, out of mind. And if you live with people that drink, you need to get them on board. They need to be supportive. Hopefully they'll level up and do it with you, but you need to tell them that, look, just be simple, say, I can't stop drinking if that is in the house. Loved ones will support you. Again, so powerful, so easy. Number 3, not easy, but again, so powerful. Stop going to pubs. Okay, that is where you do your majority of drinking. That is your social safe place. And just be honest, you're only there to drink because otherwise you try and go there and not drink. People are trying to goad you into drinking, and that brings me on to that. They're not your friends, okay? People that care about you will not try and force you to drink. If you've said, I want to stop drinking, okay? You wouldn't put somebody who's trying to stop smoking, say there's 100 people in a room and he's the only one, she is not smoking and everyone else is, and you just all around, you're breathing in and looking at it. What do you think is going to happen? If you were trying to quit smoking, you wouldn't want to be around it. So don't try and normalise being around everyone else drinking, especially at the early stages. Yes, when you've stopped drinking, it's so powerful, I can be around it, never think about it, it disgusts me, and I'm never going to be drawn into it. So get out of the pub. It's not your scene anymore. Yeah, it's going to be another hard one, and this is my point. Like I said before, it's the whole thing, the whole premise of stopping drinking. It's not easy. That's why not everyone can do it. But have that in your brain and think, oh, right, this is going to be such a great achievement. If it were easy, everyone would stop drinking. Get new friends. Friends that support you and level up and are intelligent will do it with you. So if you're still hanging around with people that drink, you soon realise that they were only drinking partners. Real, true friends and loved ones and family will support you and not try and goad you to drink, will not try and like peer pressure you. Do you know, like say like you're in your 40s, for example, whatever age you are, because you can stop. You might have been doing this for decades. If you try stop and you're 40 years old and you've got your 40-year-old friends like giving you crap saying you should drink, they're not friends. Real true friends will help you level up and or level up with you. Do you know, get a new environment. And then they might say, oh, Rob's boring now. Like, okay, first of all, watch what happens in 10 years time when you're not drinking anymore and they get in touch with you and wish they could stop and they look 20 years older than you, still saying, oh, it's boring, then you got to ask yourself, like, okay, they think you're unsociable now. I think drinking is very unsociable because in the long run, when people try and be at social events and not drink, or it's just a time where they can't have a drink like through the day or whatever it may be, a lot of the time those people are a lot quieter, they're a lot boring, they don't say a word till they've got 10 pints in them. Do this little test to see if that person is a true friend or they were a drinking partner. If they do give you a bit of crap, which fair enough, okay, don't just write them off straight away, but just say to them, okay, yeah, I still want to be sociable. Well, I'm going for a walk in the morning. Do you know, at 6 o'clock, I'm climbing bloody one at Mountains, Pennygent, one at Three Peaks, or whatever, wherever you are in the world. So I'm going for a walk. I'm going for a sauna. I'm going for a swim. I'm going to the gym. I'm going for a run. Oh, I'm playing five-a-side football team. Do you want to join? I'm guessing 9 times out of 10, and I've been there myself, that person isn't bothered about going to those things with you unless there's alcohol involved. And that is a them problem, not a you problem. Level up, leave them behind, because they wish they had an ounce, a gram of your willpower. Number 5, replace that disgusting bad habit with a completely great healthy one. What do most people do? They join the gym, they go for a run, join like I said, a five-a-side sports team, anything. What sports did you enjoy when you were at school? Go do that, or join a book club, anything, it doesn't matter, just something to replace that time that you were doing that bad habit, that activity at home or in the pub. You need to fill that gap, that void, because it's going to feel a bit numb. So that's why the best thing is something to do, something that's healthy, because alcohol isn't involved in that. I stopped drinking when I started going to the gym because I realised the next morning I was supposed to train, and I was rough, and I thought, well, this doesn't work. It's like trying to mix oil and water. It just doesn't fit. So you've got all these other tips in place as well, and then you add this on top of it. Again, so powerful, because you're just like, right, well, you start a healthy diet. That links in with starting exercise as well. So it all has a knock-on effect. So all of a sudden, alcohol gets pushed out the equation because it just doesn't mix. It's easy me saying this, but it does take a couple of weeks to rewire the brain, reset those dopamine receptors, lift up your baseline dopamine. You start getting happiness from the simple things in life. You don't need 10 pints to crack a smile. But after that, trust me, it's effortless. It's not as if you're going to white knuckle it and crave it for the rest of your life unless you're hanging around in pubs. So that can be a little tip, extra number 6. Have a strong enough why, because that will keep you going, especially through that first couple of weeks. And I think the biggest one is if you've got children, that is your why. Trust me, that helped me so much with like setting an example. You are a walking example for those little carbon copies. Be honest. Do you like them looking up at your beer belly? Do you like them watching you drunk? Do you like them seeing you hungover on the sofa and they're trying to drag you off it and take them to the park or something like that? And be honest as well. Would you want them in the same position you're in right now when they are adults? Do you know? You don't, let's be honest. Your children deserve the best version of you. Firing on all cylinders, setting in a good example. If that ain't enough, what is? I better put this in there. This is not medical advice, but it's not heroin. Do you know, we've related it to drug-like effects like that, that's fine. But most people would admit, after I've spoke about the alcoholic definition, I still think most people would say that I'm not an alcoholic. Okay, if you're not an alcoholic, stop drinking then. Exactly. But this is just what I do. Most people, if you just like might have a few on a night and then at a weekend, or even just at a weekend, whatever it may be, you can stop. You can ride it out for a couple of weeks and go cold turkey. Again, not medical advice. If you think that you'd struggle with that, or you tried that before and you're getting serious withdrawal symptoms, one, doesn't that show that this drug was like had a hold on you? If you're having withdrawal symptoms from it, you can't physically stop, you're addicted to it, you've built up a tolerance, and you need to get off that crap. But then two, get some medical advice. Tell your GP, look, I want 100% stop this horrible liquid drug. I don't want to ever drink again. Do you know? Get them on board. And if they're not, find a better one. So I do hope this helps. Just think, how many times have you tried to stop? How many times have you done dry January? Or you've done, I did 6 months once without drinking, or even more, so I did 1 or 2 years. It's like, okay, brilliant. But the simple question I would ask, why did you start drinking again? What's the point of stopping for a period of time if you're going to start again? Again, would you get off heroin but then plan on starting again in February? Okay, would you not do cocaine just for January? And would you stop smoking for 6 months but then start again? Like, no, you've cracked that addiction. Why go back to square one, make it even harder? Do you know, you move on with your life, you've leveled up, you've left the drinking partners behind. It doesn't make any sense. Ingrained, cement in your brain. When you make that decision, when you look in the mirror and say this, when you tell your friends, when you stop going to the pub, when you clear out of your house, you do all these tips, this is for life, okay? So you stop it, you beat that addiction, you level up, and you let people watch. And then they'll ask you, what's the secret? And if you still need further help with this, extra accountability with me as your online coach, my private community, Optimal Carnivore WhatsApp support group, where we support everyone, we get my clients 100% sober. I've had amazing success rate with it. You need further help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, but I do make these free videos to hopefully inspire one person. If one person's still listening to this and it's lit a fire in their belly, it just helps me sleep at night, and it gives me warmth and shows that I've helped people. So please comment. If you comment or if you want to remain anonymous, message me privately. Just tell me that, like, oh, these tips have helped, or if you've got any questions like, oh, well, this one is doesn't really relate to me, or what about me trying this one, and what do you recommend? And link it to a healthy diet, healthy lifestyle. It all goes together. Like I said, it's oil and water. You try to be healthy and add in the alcohol, doesn't work. That catalyst, it shouldn't be in the mix. So drop me a DM, please comment, share, like, tag your friends. If you both want to quit together, do it as a team, get your family involved. Real friends, family, loved ones will support you. Come on, let's level up. We're better than that.